Alright, in problem number 4, we're given that the product of two non-zero numbers is equal to 3 times their sum, and we're asked to find the sum of their reciprocals. Okay, so, well, I'm going to define a couple of variables, alright? I'm going to just say x and y are equal to the two non-zero numbers. Okay. And we're given that they're non-zero, which is a good thing because we're asked to find the sum of their reciprocals. And if and that's probably the other thing you want to make sure you understand what they're asking for. Reciprocals is just the is just 1 over, right? 1 over x is the reciprocal of x, and 1 over y is the reciprocal of y, right? So it's a good thing x and y are not 0, otherwise we'd have a problem, right? If we tried to divide by 0. But we're told that they're non-zero numbers, okay? And this is what we're trying to find. We're trying to find 1 over x plus 1 over y, the sum of the reciprocals, okay? Given that that x and y are the numbers that we're working with, okay? So let's turn this first statement here into an equation. So it says the product, and the product is just x times y, right? So x times y is equal to 3 times the sum. Okay, so that's equal to 3 times x plus y. Alright? So that is the equation that corresponds with this first statement, okay? So we have the product of two numbers is equal to 3 times the sum of those same two numbers. And you can see we have parentheses because we want to take 3 times the whole sum. Okay, we don't want to take just 3 times x or 3 times y. We want to take 3 times the quantity x plus y. Okay, so, and we want to find this. Well, let's just work with what we know, I guess. Probably the first thing I would do is maybe just divide by xy. Okay, divide both sides by xy. Alright, we do the same thing. We're doing the same thing to both sides, so the equality still is true. So what's that going to give us? Well, xy over xy is just 1. And 3 over x plus y xy. Alright, so we can try to kind of treat this like, let me write this a different way here. We're dividing by xy, but you can think of it as multiplying times 1 over xy, right? And then we can use the distributive property and we can multiply each term by xy, okay? Or sorry, by 1 over xy, okay? So that gives us 3 times, okay, so we have x over xy plus y over xy, right? And you can see that we have a factor of x on the bottom and an x on the top, so we can reduce this fraction by dividing top and bottom by x, okay? X over x is just 1. And the same thing over here, we have a factor of y, and we can then factor out that on the top as well, so we will get that 1 is equal to 3 times 1 over y plus 1 over x. That's a good thing because look, addition is commutative and we're looking for 1 over x plus 1 over y, right? So I can switch, even though I've got 1 over y plus 1 over x, I can switch those around, it doesn't really matter. So let's divide both sides by 3. Okay, I'm going to divide this whole thing by 3, and divide this by 3, and then we get 1/3 is equal to 1 over y plus 1 over x, but I'm going to write it 1 over x plus 1 over y because that's the form that we're looking for. So There we go. It wasn't so bad. It looked like a complicated problem, but our answer is 1/3. So we didn't have to solve for what x and y were. We don't really know what they are. They could probably be a number of different things. There's probably a number of different values that would satisfy this equation. But all we needed to find was the sum of the reciprocals, and that's what we have. So it's 1/3.